Hello everybody, Zelfie here, and today is the first day where we got a new Radical Red patch. This is patch 2.2, and I sort of want to go over a brief changelog of a lot of the important things that you might want to know for this update. But first off, obviously, I want you guys to be able to keep your saves and not have to restart the game if you so wish at least. So for this first part of the video, I'm just going to go over how to quickly patch your game in. So previously, I was running 2.1, and so this was the name of the ROM that I had. And here is a clean fire red save. I have not learned it once, but it is completely vanilla and untouched. And this is the patch. You can find this patch on the Discord server or the forums or whatever I link in the comment section, right? And so what you also need is you need this thing called Tsukiyomi, which I'll also try to leave a link in the description for. And this is what you use to patch it. So you come here, apply patch to existing file, and you go to apply UPS patch. You scroll down here, and you select this one, and you come here, and you select the ROM file that you want to change, which would be the clean one, right? The one that you haven't edited. Once you do that, you just apply patch, it'll run through. I'm not going to do that just because I've already done it before. And then when you do that, make sure that you change the name of the new ROM. So whatever this was, you want to change it to the name of your old ROM as well. And this is just to make sure that it's reading off your old save file. And then you put it in here. I think for me, I shoved... Yeah, so this is actually the version 2.1 patch, while this one that you see on the screen is the 2.2 patch right here. And so, yeah, once you do that, you just shove it back into your folder, and didn't mean to do that, whoops. And yeah, we should be good to go on that front. Now, the very first thing I want to note of this new patch is that the need for fly has been removed. So as you can see here, my corpse squire does not have fly. And so this actually kind of tripped me out at first. It's like, oh, well, how do I fly now? What you do is you go into your bag area, and then you come over to, what is it called? The Poke Rider. And this replaces what was the Fame Checker. It's the item that you get after beating Gary or whatever your rival's name is at Nugget Bridge. And so you'll be able to fly as soon as Cerulean, yeah. So that's a huge boon. I'm probably just going to stick this to the top up here and select it so I have easy access to it. And now I can just fly anywhere by pressing select. Another quality of life feature is that here you can just press R and you'll automatically run away from battle. So that is a huge way to save time, I guess. The next major change is that you can now go ahead and recharge the Elite Four even after you've beaten them. So if I can get my cursor to line up properly. It's dumb. But yeah, so this is a save file that I've beaten the Elite Four on, but previously I would have two save states that I went between, and one was a pre-Elite Four and one was a post-Elite Four, just in case there was anything I really wanted to test. But now the dude that was here blocking your way is out of the way. You can now rebattle the Elite Four. I will note, this is not the rematches that the developer wanted to set up, so these will just be the fights that you just went through. So, you know, you shouldn't be expecting any new challenges here, but if you wanted to experiment or test with something here, then now is the time. You should have relatively the same experience, with the only difference being, what's it called? With the only difference being that you are no longer level capped, so you'll probably be gaining some levels throughout the Elite Four, but overall, it should be the same exact experience, except with level cap. A lot of the held items in this game got changed. For example, I believe the items that Chuck gives you, the Focus Ash and the Expert Belt, got swapped. On top of that, I think a lot of those items have actually been removed from the normal pool, so you can no longer farm Focus Ashes from Machames, for example. But, you know, in order to help with that, He actually changed it so all of the moves that should, or not all the moves, all the items that should, remove your item after battle. Um, Normally for trainer battles, you'll be able to keep your item but for wild battles, you would lose your item. But he has changed it now, so even though I use my power herb here, I still get to keep my power herb. The next change I want to talk about is the fact that you can just nickname your mods straight from the, what's it called? Say from the menu, you no longer have to go to the enumerator and change them, so that's cool. There are 4 new megas in the game. One of them is Mega Caparaja. These are all based off like Gigantamax forms, which you can find done here by Zelfie. With the enumerator being removed, they replaced them with a different dude. And this dude, you pay 10,000 gold to grind on Audino. So yeah. Also, the Audino rates have been what's it called? Raised by a, or not the raised, what am I trying to say? The experience rates have been raised by a lot, so you're going to be gaining some more experience when you're grinding against Audinas. And if you don't know, you can set all of that up by just using, what's it called? The, um, fuck, what's the name of it? The Dex Nav, that's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah, so you can grind here if you need to, but I think you're just better off keeping the money and whatnot. Back in Celadon, if you remember the dude who can perfect your IVs, well, he's got a small change in that he can do a single stat now for 1/5 of the cost, I think. I can't remember, but yeah. So you can do all stats or just some stats, but the price is 70k for one stat. So whether or not you think that's worth it is all up to you. Honestly, I don't think that you need perfect IVs, but hey, if you want to max out like your offensive stats to make sure that they're getting the KOs, or your speed to make sure you're not losing out on speed ties, then it's probably worth the investment. On top of that, since we're here, the Pikachu guy, one of these dudes, is it this dude? Yeah. So this dude gives you custom Pikachus, and all the custom Pikachus have received some buffs. I believe, first off, they all get Happy Hour, which was also buffed, and that means you get triple the money count instead of just double. Second off, all the new custom Pikachus have their own typings, so the Bell Pikachu, the one that looks like a maid, is now Electric Ice, for example. And they've all received moves to fit their new typings. I believe you still have Icicle Crash on Bell, Iron Head on the PhD. You have Close Combat for Pikachu Libre, and then Dazzling Gleam for Popstar. So if you're interested in getting one of these Pikachus, just for fun, I think, then, you can go right ahead and do it here. Quite a few of the Dynamax raids have been changed. For example, the Verdian Force 5-star raid has Calyrex in it, and there's quite a few changes. I'd suggest just going through and changelog yourself, but this is where a lot of the new Crown Tundra legendaries were added, so Calyrex, Zarude, which wasn't in the game already, Regidraco, Regieleki, Glastrier, and I don't see Spectrier around here, so it's probably just Glastrier have been added. Unfortunately, I can't really show off all of these because I don't know how to get 5-star raids post Elite 4. So I suggest if you want any of these 5-star raid mods like the Shaman or the Regidrago, to go ahead and get them before you go to the Elite 4. Maybe it's just a luck-based thing, but I've never seen 5-star raids post Elite 4, funny enough, so yeah. Previously, while Kubfu was only supposedly available via a Wondering vendor, you can now actually get Kubfu in the game, and the way to get that is by going through Cerulean Cave. So just quickly navigate through here, and try not to get a bunch of surf encounters along the way. You come up here, and after you have settled the rocket evasion thing, like after you beat Giovanni, you come and fight this dude. I am going to just go ahead and show a quick attempt of, I've only seen like half this mod, so I have no idea what I'm expecting. All I know is I sacrifice for Ringus here. I go for that. that happens, and then I come in, set up 2 workups with this. Giga Drain, kill that, then he sends out the Aggron, which allows me to bring in, because he wants to heavy slam this. I've only seen, I know he is the Azumarill, the Mega Aggron, which by the way, Mega Aggron got reverted back to vanilla. And 2 Urshifus I have not seen the last 2 months. He's gonna curse here, so let's just go ahead and Earthquake. What I really just need him to do is to... I'm trying to, like, intentionally... Oh, I guess he's just gonna sack that too. He has, like, a Rest Curse, like, set, so he could have totally just not die there. Anyways, that happens. Let's go to Meganium. This is just draining his Gliscor is one of the mods he has, okay. This should be kind of safe. So we come here. Let's just Boom Burst. This is just a raw attempt. Like, I haven't seen too much. Urshifu is back. I don't need this mod too much. I think he's gonna go for Sucker, yeah. So we'll go ahead and do this. Drink his ult. That's interesting. So let's come here. I shard you. I shard again. Oh, he missed. Sweet. Okay, we didn't hit either, so. So we kill the Aggron, the Azumarill, and the Gliscor, so that just means that, yeah. So I think we're in the clear to just win with this. Yeah, not a hard fight at all, I think. This is that one, right? And this is the water one. Yeah, so this fight wasn't too hard, although I knew what was coming, so... yeah, but anyways, this guy will give you a Kubfu, and just so you know, you can evolve Kubfu using a Water Stone or a Dust Stone. Oh, he says it right here. Okay. I guess he'll give you more Kubfus if you continue to beat him, which makes sense, obviously, because you want to be able to get, like, both the forms. So, yeah. You get Mega Sentis Scorch's Mega Stone by coming over here and finding this new trainer that appears after you get your Mega Ring. I do believe you have to beat him. That is it for this, like, brief overview of the major changes inside the game. Of course, there's a lot of buff Pokemon I want to talk about, and a couple of other things that are probably worth discussing. But that was just sort of like a brief thing of like, oh, this is probably what you want to know the most out of like all these changes. I'll leave a link to the thread in the description, as well as maybe a link to the ROM patcher thing that I used earlier at the very beginning of the video. And yeah, I don't have too much else to say. Thank you for putting up with my lack of uploads recently. But, you know, with this new update out, I definitely have a lot more content to talk about. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace. And the final major thing that I want to talk about is that the randomizer has received some small changes. First off, the Pokemon can be randomized every day of the week. So, for example, if you go and get an encounter on Monday, that encounter won't be the same thing as it is on Tuesday, for example. On top of that, they've also fixed the algorithm, or whatever they did for the AI, or not the AI, but for the randomizer, to make sure that Pokemon are not appearing as often. On top of that, there's also a learn set and ability randomizer now, so you can go like full max rando if you really wanted to. And finally, the only thing I have to mention is that apparently the Wonder Egg pool got cleaned up. As for this save file, I got like, what did I get? I think I got like, I can't remember. I know one of my wild encounters was the, what's it? Rodriguez? Yeah, so Rodriguez was one of them. I also got, man, I'm trying to remember what my Wonder Eggs were. I just can't remember them at the time. I think Torchic was actually one of them. Then the other Wonder Egg had to be Mudkip. So, yeah, I got, like, Torchic, Mudkip, and, what's it called? And Galarian Mask on this save file. But on my first ever save file, I got like 2 Venonats and then a Skidoo. And the Skidoo was found on like Cerulean, which you can catch right before that, so it wasn't that great. So I'm glad that the Wonder Egg pools got cleaned up, because I've heard of people getting some actually atrocious stuff there. I'm sure it'll make it a lot more interesting. And the last new Mega that you can get is Mega Alchemy, which you come into this house and talk to this lady, and once you hand her the ingredients, she'll hand you the Mega Stem for Mega Alchemy. You can get Mega Flapple and Mega Appleton by coming over here and finding these two dudes over here. Um, they'll give you probably like 1 Mega Stun each or a double. I have no clue. I haven't done the battle yet. I'm just reading the patch notes here. While before, my preferred method of money grinding was to go through Dynamax raids, reset the clock, and then sell all the valuables that you could get from that. Now, the more straightforward way of money grinding, which is honestly the way a lot of people prefer to sell or get money, was to just come over here and take your Thief Bomb out, have Thief on me at the moment, and just fight Pokemon in this area. You can get bottle caps, you can get lucky eggs, and you can get weather rocks all from this area. And the lucky eggs and the weather rocks now sell for 10k instead of 5k before. So I think this is like confidently the better grinding method now. If you have caught any of the legendary birds, so in this example I just randomly caught Zapdos, and you come back a day later, you'll be able to find the Galarian version in their place as well, so you can find all the Galarian birds as well, if you wanted to get them, of course. And the last change for all your current save files is that you can come here and you go ahead and talk to this nerd now, and he can set up your hidden powers to be any type. The caveat is all your sets actually do need to be level 30 or 31 in order for them to be set properly, so that is where the max IV dude can come in and set you up with that. But, you know, other than that, there isn't too much else to say. In the case if you are wondering where hidden power is, it is right over here in this corner.